Hello and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. Today we're going to look at unexpected blessings coming your way. So we've got 3 piles down below. Take a look and see what resonates with you. What pile are you drawn to? That's the one you should check out. I would suggest checking all of them out, but definitely the one that you are drawn to. Also, don't forget, you want to make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Now, let's take a look at our 3 piles. So for our first pile number 1, we have amethyst. For pile number 2, we have carnelian. And for pile number 3, we have malachite. So I want you to focus on the 3 piles. Whichever one you're drawn to, that's the reading you should jump to, right in the description box below. So now, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 1. So we're going to jump right into your reading. We're going to move our little amethyst stone aside, get our tarot deck ready. But before we get into our tarot, which is where we're going to start, and we're going to follow up with the oracle cards, I have a deck with just the major arcanas, and we're going to use this to pick the theme of where your unexpected blessings are coming from, what it might be related to. So let's get your overall energy for this unexpected blessing that's coming your way. Who have we got? The Sun. Oh my goodness, this is the best card in the deck. It is pure joy. It is happiness. It is everything is beautiful, life is wonderful, living your best life kind of energy. I am so happy to see this because whatever this blessing is, I'm telling you, it is looking really good. So let's get into it now and see what is this blessing all about. So we're going to start with our tarot and then clarify with the oracle cards. So I'm going to get your 4 cards out. First card up, we have the World, ending of a cycle. Next, we've got the Strength card in reverse. So we've got 2 cards of Leo with the Sun and and Strength. We have the Magician in reverse. This is 4 major arcanas out of the 5 cards. And then we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so let me get my cards straightened out here. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck to see what the underlying energy is. We have the Ace of Cups. Okay, we're going to put this under the Sun here for reference. Now, we've talked about the Sun a little bit, and before we get into our 4 tarot cards, let's talk about this underlying energy of the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, this speaks to new beginnings, new offerings, new opportunities, and this also speaks to your cup being full. And when I say that, I'm talking about your emotional cup, right? It's how you feel, right? It's about the emotions that are flowing when we see the Suit of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is no exception. It can speak to a new love partner or love interest, maybe a renewal or fanning the flames, or it could just be working on yourself, working on self-care, right? That type of a thing. Looking into activities or things that are going to fill up your own emotional cup, which is that emotional satisfaction from a perspective of usually emotional maturity as well. And we're going to talk about this more as we get into the reading, but this is all about you. This is beautiful. So now, let's look at the World. I had said before, the World speaks of an ending of a cycle. This is you have completed the journey. This is you have done it. You have crossed the finish line. And it feels good, especially because we have the Sun backing it up. But usually when the World comes in upright as opposed to reverse, it really is a good feeling. So I'm liking the trajectory this is going on. So this unexpected blessing is tied into something, right, where something is about to end. And we're going to talk on this more once we go through the rest of the cards. So let's keep going. We also have the Strength in reverse. Now the Strength, well, Strength card, it really talks about strength, of course. So let's talk about the Strength card a little bit. Let's talk about the Strength card. Now, it's come out in the reverse. So let's turn it upright as we talk about this. So the Strength card, obviously it's about strength. It's about courage, but it's also about perseverance. It's about staying the course. To a lesser extent than, say, your strength and courage kind of energy, but because this is in the reverse, that's why I'm feeling more the perseverance sort of energy coming from this card. This is saying that, it's not that you have to be bold and courageous and do what you need to do. It's more of when you get into things, as things are unfolding, stay the course, right? Stay the path as much as you can. This is what I'm getting from the Strength card right now in this reading. And now when we move on to the Magician also in reverse, I'm not terribly miffed about this being in reverse. So the Magician, it's about magic, it's about alchemy, it's about creating things out of nothing. It really is a magical card. It's saying that you have all the tools you need to do whatever it is that you want. Because the Magician is in reverse, what I'm feeling is like this blessing that's coming to you, this unexpected blessing, there might be a bit of a delay. And I'm not worried about this because I think that right now the focus needs to be the ending of whatever this thing is. And I say this because of this 10 of Wands in the last position here on the board. And the 10 of Wands also speaks to endings. So aside from our underlying and overarching themes, we've got 2 cards of endings that are flanking the cards in the middle. This is about something that needs to wrap up. It's over, it's done, it's something you've probably put a lot of time and effort into. And I'm starting to feel like the Ace of Cups connection to this is that perhaps this is something you've put a lot of time and effort into, and maybe it's been draining. And I think the unexpected blessing is once it finally wraps up, you fill up again. It's like driving your car somewhere. You fill up your tank of gas and you drive, 100 kilometers or 500 kilometers or however far you can get on a tank of gas, because I have no idea how that works, but I think you're with me, right? So you drive all this way, the tank is empty, like the cup is empty. So the tank is empty, but you've arrived at your destination. And guess what? To get to another destination or to go back or forwards or wherever you want, all you have to do is fill the tank again. This is about you filling your tank. And I don't think you expect this to happen. You don't expect this to happen at the end of this journey. So this is fascinating. Okay, now we're going to get our oracle cards to clarify. So let's start first with the World. And the card that came out underneath it is Grasshopper Spirit, and it says take a leap of faith. Yes, you might be at the end of this, but remember how I said the tank is empty. Now, do you want to refill it? Do you want to move on to the next adventure? The leap of faith is saying, listen, if you've got anything that is sitting there in your mind that's maybe, now that this is done, I might be ready for the next adventure soon. Maybe not right away. Might have to collect a few things, find out who I want to take along on the journey. But the wheels are in motion with this take a leap of faith card. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking the energy of that. Now, under the Strength card, we have Blue Moon, and it says believe in the impossible. So I'm going to go back to the Strength card we spoke of before, right? We spoke about this, and remember that it's not always about the courage and even the faith that's behind what you have to do. It's the belief. Well, I guess that ties into faith too. But the point is that you may be looking at this going, well, I can't take my leap of faith because I don't have everything I need yet, right? This is where you have to believe in the impossible. It seems impossible because maybe you're not 100% there with what you need in terms of resources, in terms of skills, in terms of anything that's going to help you get onto the next leg of the journey or the next brand new journey. That's possible too. So this is how you're feeling right now, and you need to have that faith in this thing that can happen. All right, let's take a look at what came out under the Magician. We have openness. the card is openness, and it's saying open to receive. Be open to receive. Be open to have that abundance and that energy and all of that stuff pour back into your cup so that it's building you back up again to get ready for that next leg of the journey. Do you see what I'm saying? Under the 10 of Wands, Seraphim Seraphiel came out. It says, tune into to the divine will, open to higher illumination. And look, openness, be open to illumination. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 moons, plus all the moons on the Ace of Cups. What I would say about this is, if you follow moon cycles, this is where you're going to get your answers. This is where you're going to get the ideas and the inspiration to fill up that cup. If you don't follow moon cycles, I strongly suggest that you take a look into how the moon cycles work and maybe do a little work with that yourself. But this is all about cycles, right? We're talking about the cycle ending. And like I said, I think the unexpected blessing is the new opportunities that come from this. Once you get down to the wire, once you put down your burden or your bundle because the job is done, and you've got that energy from the sun here, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing should you choose to embark on the next leg of the journey. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm loving this for you. I think this is fantastic. So much potential here. And the unexpected pieces, these surprises, these things that we discover about ourselves and our journeys, this is just, I think, going to propel you in a whole new way. But be open to whatever might come your way. Right? It's not about chasing, it's about receiving right now. That's what the moon and the moon cycles are all about. Be open to receiving, and whatever it is will fill up that cup. All right, we're going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and yes, good luck with everything. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 2 with our carnelian. We're going to move this aside and jump into the reading. Now, we've got our pile with our oracle cards. We have our tarot deck all ready to go, but before we get into the tarot and oracle cards, we have another pile here, which happens to be an oracle card, tarot card deck with just the major arcana cards. And I've done this, I've taken those cards out of this deck because this is going to give us the overall energy of what this unexpected blessing coming your way might be about. So let's get that card now. Let's see what the overarching theme of this blessing coming in is. We're going to take this guy. So what have we got? The wheel of fortune. This is fate. This is things moving forward, speed, momentum. Let's get going. I'm liking this energy for you already. So we're going to move our oracle cards for now. Let's get into the tarot. So yeah, wheel of fortune, like I said, it is about fate. It's a card of fate, but it's the movement. It's that forward movement. I'm curious to see what this is about and how this is going to unfold. What is this blessing that's going to come out of this wheel moving forward, you see? So first card up, we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Loving that. Loving that so much. The 5 of Pentacles can be a tough card, so I'm glad it's reversed. We have the Tower, big shake up. Things are moving and shaking. Followed by the Devil. Oh, this is something else. This is fascinating. We're rounding it out with the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So now let's take a look at what the underlying energy is. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Let me tell you something. Anyone who is watching this video is in for a huge change. Huge. there are so many things that I want to say right now all at once. Huge change with our Nine of Swords and Five of Pentacles in reverse. Amazing. Tower and Devil upright. Devil, this is going to be key. We're going to come back to this, but I just want to jump all over this reading. And Eight of Cups, so we're going to see where this goes. I find this interesting too. Let me explain all of this excitement that I've got for you. Okay, so we spoke about how the Wheel of Fortune is about things moving forward, right? Things moving, heading in a specific direction, taking trajectory, taking off. With the Nine of Swords underneath it, let's talk about the Nine of Swords for a minute. You know what? Let's really talk about the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Let's look at it upright. I'm going to hold it upright because it did come in reverse. When we talk about the Nine of Swords, this is a card of worry, it's stress, it's anxiety, it's stuff keeping you up at night. Here's the thing, when it comes in reverse, this is saying that the stress, anxiety, and worry can be overcome or is coming to pass. So it's now time to focus on this, or depending on your situation, things are starting to alleviate, and that's when things can blossom and bloom. Or, like I said, it's the need for this to happen so that the path can be taken forward. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope this is making sense. Regardless, I like this Nine of Swords in reverse because we see that energy is leaving. It's moving, it's going. All right, so we know that the Nine of Swords is about getting past anxiety, stress, worry kind of stuff, which we're gonna keep that in the back of your mind. We're gonna put a pin in that because I'm gonna refer to this through the rest of the reading. Our Five of Pentacles in reverse, also a good thing. It's not just that the worry is going away, but if you've had any worries and anxiety around the material world, this is what the Five of Pentacles is about. So it could be money, job, possessions, house, career, all of those things. It can be relationships. Right? People are of the material world, so we count in that too. It's feeling left out. It's feeling abandoned. It's not a nice energy, but this wheel is moving past this. When we get past the anxiety, stress, worry, whatever this is, this also is coming to pass, which is a beautiful thing. Now, here's the thing with this Tower card. So the Tower, this is a card, it's a huge card of change. It is upheaval. It is disruption. I mean, look at the visuals, right? It's a tower with a bunch of flames hit by lightning, people falling off the building. Now it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Graphic depiction of what the tower represents. So I don't want to scare you with this card, but what it's talking about is really a huge change, a huge shift, an upheaval. Could be something maybe you see coming or maybe you don't. Regardless, even sometimes, quite often, the Tower is a good thing. It is an unexpected blessing. That's for you. This Tower moment, it may feel uncomfortable and it may be chaotic and it may be all over the place and it may be a little difficult to navigate, but at the end of the day, this ends up being a blessing. It's the blessing in disguise. So keep that in mind as well. And I think such a powerful and prominent card in this reading, also with the Devil. Let's talk about the Devil for a minute. Let's do a deep dive on the Devil. Okay, here we go. We're going to chat about the Devil now. The card of the Devil. So let's dive into this. Okay, the Devil. In a word, I wrap up Devil energy as distraction. And let's dive deep into the meaning of the word distraction when I'm using it. This is from my perspective. So think about this. Distraction is speaking of anything that is taking you off your path, anything that is taking you off course, anything that is moving you in a direction you really should not be going in, okay? Quite often, the devil card is associated with addiction, because obviously those are things that are really going to blow you off course. These are things you should not be usually imbibing in or taking part in. However, it could also be anything in excess can be an addiction. Think about this. Like when you think of addiction, you think drugs, you think alcohol, that type of a thing. But there's gambling, there's sex, there's shopping, there's social media, right? Sex, social media, even gambling, shopping, all of these things, they're not that bad, right? Even alcohol, when under control, when it's not excessive, you know, you go out and you have a drink or two or whatever, fine, but you're drinking like 12 a day every day, might be an issue, right? It's excess. Anything in excess and anything that is steering you off your path. This is why this devil energy is here. It's to speak of the distraction. So when the devil comes beside the Eight of Cups, this is an interesting dynamic because, like I said, the devil's about distraction. The Eight of Cups, when it's upright, is about walking away. It's leaving something behind. It's walking away from something and you're not looking back. So when I see this, the devil card followed by the Eight of Cups, usually it's okay, you're walking away from this distraction thing, right? The Eight of Cups is in reverse. So what I'm going to say about that, and I'm curious to see what happens when we grab our oracle cards, perhaps it's not that you're able to get right back on course right away, but you're headed there. That's why the wheel is here. The Wheel of Fortune is that card to say, sweetie, don't worry. Spirit got your back. We're going to get you through this. We're going to get you where you need to go. I'm going to throw something out here because it just came to me. This is not going to resonate with everybody, but this tower, this thing being off track could be about someone close to you. So if you're a parent, maybe this devil distraction is about your child. So your child is distracted and off course. It's not very often that when I do a reading, I'm reading for somebody and someone else is really prominent in it and it's about them. It doesn't happen very often. I'm saying this is for some of you. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our oracle cards so that we can get further clarification. Under the Five of Pentacles, we have Mouse Spirit. And it says, tend to the small things. In order for things to move forward, for things to change, for you to get past and work through whatever these Five of Pentacles and Nine of Swords energies are, it's tending to the small things. It's never mind about the craziness that's going on. Never mind about the foundation maybe shaking. You know what you need to do? In order to cope with the worry, the stress, or whatever, anything that's happening around here, you chop wood, carry water. You do the little things. Don't worry about the big stuff because you can't control it. Right now, you can't control the big stuff, so control what you can. Whatever is directly affecting you is what you put your time and energy into. Okay? It's really important that you might want to, I'm going to say it again actually, put the time and energy into the things that you can control and that are directly affecting you. You're going to have to let go of everything else. If you don't, this is going to be very painful. You're going to have to let it go. And then when we look at the Tower, the card that came out is New Moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. It's the same thing. This is the same trajectory. It's tap into whatever resources, internal resources is what I'm talking about, that you possibly can. If you pray, if you meditate, if you do yoga, if you do Qigong, Tai Chi, any of these things that allow you to manage stress, this is what I want you to focus on. Keep focusing on what needs to be done, and then self-care. Self-care, let things unfold as they need to. Because you, like I said, it's about what you can control, right? Look at this. Under the Devil, we have success. The card is success. It is possible. But the success cannot happen until this change happens. Until the foundation is shaking, the change won't happen. I'm not saying it can't happen or will never happen, but it will be very hard. And how do you want success to come into your life? Do you want to fight tooth and nail for it? Or would you rather it come in flowing, gentle, right? I don't know about you, but I'd prefer that for sure. So something to keep in mind as all of this is going on. And our last card, under the 8 of Cups in reverse, we have Archangel Zariel. Give and receive love. Obey the spiritual laws. I feel very much that ties into this card of meditate and contemplate. If you feel overwhelmed, don't run. If you feel overwhelmed, if you feel frustrated, if you feel any of this, as this distraction thing is getting sorted out, stay the course, right? I'm not saying don't ever change it, don't ever leave it, don't ever go on a new path, but sometimes we have to deal with what's happened in the past before we can really move into the future so that it is on a good, positive, successful trajectory, right? You don't want to take your old nonsense and garbage with you, right? Nobody wants the old nonsense and garbage from the past as you're moving forward. So if you remember this, this will get you through. And I'm not saying like put on the blinders and ignore everything. That's not what I'm saying when I say, just worry about what you can. Give support and lend support. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to be sure that you are taking care of yourself. You have to take care of these things in order for this flow to go very well. And here's the thing, because I'm telling you, when this success card comes out, clarifying the devil, this is you've got this, or whoever has got this. This is going to come to pass, but you have to ride out this storm. I think the unexpected blessing in this is that there's a couple of things. Spirit's got your back in a way that you didn't think was possible. You didn't think that you or your loved one or whoever could get past this. You didn't think it was possible for that doubt and worry and strife or whatever to alleviate. I think you felt like you were just going to be in this energy all the time, like tending to the small things. No, you keep doing that with your finger on the pulse. You keep doing that while watching and being aware of what's going on around you. Don't get into the thick of it if you don't have to. And I think it's going to be really hard for you to pull back. It's going to be really hard for you to pull back and go, we're staying the course. We're doing what needs to be done. That's how we succeed. And I think that unexpected blessing is you realizing the power of your own faith here. The power of your own faith and allowing the universe to do what it needs to do. This is a blessing for you. Oh my goodness. This is good. It's going to be quite the event. Whatever this is, but I'm telling you, you've got this. You can do this. It's not going to be easy, but once you do and you get through the other side, you're going to be amazed at how this unfolded. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. And like I said, this one's going to be a bumpy ride, but I feel very strongly that you're going to be so pleased and happy once you're out the other side and see just how amazing this can be. All right, leaving it there, wishing you so much luck. I hope it all goes well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 3 with our malachite. We're going to put our stone aside and we're going to get into it. So we have our tarot deck and we have our oracle cards, but before we jump into the tarot, I have a tarot deck of just the major arcanas. We're going to pull a card from here, which is going to tell us what the overarching theme is about this unexpected blessing that's coming your way. So let's get that card now. This is like the big theme. What's it about, right? What's this thing about? Yeah, we'll take that. The moon. Wow. Okay. So the moon is about, It's about mystery. It's about things that are hidden. Sometimes the occult, right? Sometimes it's secrets. So there's something, I think, coming out with this moon. Maybe something you didn't know about. Maybe a little surprise is coming to you, and that's the unexpected blessing. So let's get into the cards and see what comes up. So we're going to get your 4 tarot cards. We'll talk about those, and then we'll get into the oracle cards for clarification. Wow, 10 of Cups upright. That is like happy, happy. Ace of Cups in reverse. Next card. Knight of Swords in reverse. And last, what are we rounding this out? Oh, Knight of Wands fell right out. Okay. So there's our cards, and we'll look at those in a moment, but now we're going to look at the underlying energy. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. This is a card of nostalgia. So there could be quite a few references from the past in this reading. So we're going to see what that's all about. And how does that tie into this unexpected blessing? A blessing or surprise from the past, perhaps. So let's talk about this. All right, so we were talking about the moon being something unexpected, something that's hidden, something that's unknown. And I'm feeling very much this is the theme. Okay, the blessing is coming from something that you are going to find out or is going to be unearthed, told to you, revealed to you. And I think it has something to do with the past. This is something or someone maybe who's going to show up again. It's a theme, it's a person, it's a situation that's coming up from the past that's going to be revealed. Now remember, we're talking about blessings, which is a good thing. Something good coming up from the past, and it relates to something. It could be a family thing because we're talking 10 of Cups. We've got the family represented here, or at least a group. Okay, this has something to do with a group dynamic, and this is lovely, wonderful, beautiful energy. Perhaps if it's something maybe that has been kind of lost from the past, it's going to come back. Something you didn't know in the past is going to be revealed. But this is good because this is a blessing, right? And the next card, we're talking about the Ace of Cups. Now we've got the next 3 cards are in reverse. I'm not terribly worried about that, and we'll see what happens when we get our oracle cards. But here's the thing. Let's talk about the Ace of Cups first. In reverse. So the Ace of Cups is about, it's about your emotions and your feelings. And it's usually about what's happening inside of you, okay? Is your cup full? You know, the saying, your cup runneth over, which means you have an abundant amount of beautiful emotions and feelings flowing. This can also be an opportunity. It can be a relationship, maybe someone coming in, but we have this card in the reverse. It feels like, for most of you, and it's not going to apply to everybody, but this is someone coming back from the past. This is someone coming back. Unrequited love, a relationship that didn't work out, something to that effect. And it could even be a friendship, or could be a relative maybe you had you fell out with or something, or someone you didn't know, right? I have to say this is going to be for a very small percentage of you, but this is really important, and it is a beautiful thing. If you were adopted or you had a child that you adopted out, it feels like this could be a reunion. And I'm actually welling up right now. I'm actually welling up. This could be a reunion of parent and child in some way, shape, or form. And it is beautiful. It is lovely. But there's a part of this that was unknown. So whatever that means to your situation. Wow. Oh, that was powerful. Okay. So, I've got these chills going through my body right now. So whoever that is, oh my God, huge hug to you. I'm so excited. And I hope everything is beautiful when this does come together. I had to put that out there now. All right. And for those of you who that doesn't apply to, this is about remember, a connection from the past. Something's coming up here. Now we're going to look at the next 2 cards. I'm actually going to talk about them together. Okay. Let's just talk about the 2 of them now. All right. So we have two knights. We have both of the knights, actually, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, are very masculine energy. Talking about these upright, and then we'll discuss sort of the reverse meaning as it pertains to this reading. So these two knights, they're go-getters, they're movers, they're shakers. It's let's get this thing done. Okay, Knight of Swords, this is about the intellect. It's of the mind. It's the planning. It's the strategy, all of that kind of stuff. The Knight of Wands, it's the passion. It's the drive. It's the let's do this thing. These two knights together, and gender doesn't matter, right? We're talking about the archetypes, so the personalities and traits of the knights, right? These two guys together, they're ones, let's do this. So here's the thing. In this reading, because we've got them in reverse, remember I was saying it feels like there could be a delay, but it's really more of a tempering of the energy. It's the tempering of that energy so that it's not this big, bold, brash kind of thing, which is not what we want in this situation right now. We want things to move a little slower, a little more gentle. That's why we're seeing these two knights in reverse. Okay, so we know we've got our Knight of Swords in reverse, a little bit of a delay in the moving forward in the plan. Knight of Wands, that passion is bridled a little bit. And this is okay because think about this when there's a relationship, a connection from the past coming back. Look what it's going to stir up. The emotions, right? And the feelings that are coming. This is not something you want to move quickly. You want this to be slow and gentle. It doesn't mean this isn't going to work. It doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It doesn't mean it's not going to move forward. It means that it's got to take its time, all in due time. The course it takes, the path that is trod by these knights, by these horses, right? It's going to have to be a little bit gentle, and it's okay to take the time. You don't want to rush into this. All right, let's look at our oracle cards. Under our 10 of Cups, we have Fox Spirit, and it's think on your feet because this is a surprise. It's almost like, okay, I'm going to explain this, and I hope it makes sense. So have you ever had a situation where you're face to face with someone, you're having a conversation, and they tell you something very surprising or shocking, and you're trying not to let it show on your face? This is what I'm getting with this. It's like kind of control those thoughts and emotions so that it's not an outburst per se. It's you have a response, not a reaction. Like I said, this is a positive reading, but be mindful of when this stuff starts coming up, it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast and furious, which is why it needs to slow down here. It's that initial boom, right? And then things slow down. So that's why you have to think on your feet with this when this does come up, okay? Under our Ace of Cups, we have New Moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Well, I don't have to explain that, do I? Right under the Ace of Cups. And for some of you, this could be a letting go so that you can move on to the new. I'll put that out there as well. Under our Knight of Swords, we have simplicity. Keep it simple. And it's so funny. We have a feather, which denotes air quite often in a lot of tarot decks. And the Knight of Swords is an air sign. So there we go. Keep it simple. Whatever plans you may have laid, just don't worry if they change them. Be flexible as well. Keep it easy. Keep it simple as you're going through this. And then under our Knight of Wands, we have Archangel Christine. And it says, accept the Christ light. Act with wisdom and loving compassion because emotions will be running high, because feelings will be very feely in this situation. It's important that you be the one to kind of lead, everyone keeping their emotions and their feelings under control. Again, this is a lovely, beautiful thing. The unexpected blessing coming in is this surprise from the past. This person from the past, it is a good thing. But at least you know how to manage what's going on, right? And what's coming your way. Oh, this is so sweet. I love this reading. Oh my goodness. Pile number 3. I'm telling you, Whatever this is coming from the past, it's either going to pick up and move forward, or it's going to allow you to let go once and for all. And either way, that is the blessing in here, is that it doesn't remain hidden forever. It's coming back and it's coming out, and it's going to move you on a trajectory that's going to feel good. So we're going to leave it there. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope everything goes well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.